Thank you, Guy, for the invitation, and it's a pleasure to talk about the wine grape production and managing iron in wine grape. This, in addition to nitrogen management, managing iron is also a very important topic, particularly in the wine production area where you have a very vigorous wine grapes and with some many soil and crop interactions. How iron deficiency looks like, you will see in your field some yellow leaves and the yellow colors, the starting of the yellow colors is in between the internerves. You will see and you will see that the nerves of the leaves will remain green, and in between you will have this yellow color, and your plantation will look yellowish, a bit like a deficiency in nitrogen, but it will be a deficiency of in iron. Iron is essential for the chlorophyll formation and photosynthesis. Without iron, the vine trees will show, of course, it can start with yellow leaves, but it can add up with a complete death of the plants. And this is a very, very, very important thing, that all your investment can be lost due to iron deficiencies, because your plant might die, and then all the investment will be wasted. Soils with high level of calcium are locking the absorption and the metabolism of iron, and the iron deficiencies can vary from one soil to another, from one area to another, but it can be also from one field plots to another field plots. The tolerance of to iron deficiencies and the ability of the plant to absorb the iron, which is of course available in the soil, but which is locked by the calcium in the soil, depends from one cultivar to another. Whether it's a Cabernet Sauvignon or whether it's a Merlot or Chardonnay, and also it depends from one Portgreffe to another, which is also the root stock and the root system has different sensitivity and tolerance to iron. One of the reasons why iron is not available is very much linked to the level of the pH in your soil. In this graph, you will see that in acid soil at a pH from 4 up to 6, most of the iron in the soil will be available. But the higher the pH will be, the less available will be the iron, which is also has a link with a percentage of available calcium in the soil. And above 7.5, at 7.5 it will be at 50%, and it will be much lower if you go move up to 8, which is very common in some soils in France, like Champagne soils. The soil pH are around 8. The pH stability of iron chelates is one also very important aspect to consider, because when you will apply the iron. Of course, you can apply iron sulfate, basic product, but the using chelates is very important to for the irons to be stable in the soil, and it's very much depends on the pH. If you are, for instance, in a soil of from 7.5 up to 8.5 in this window, pH window, the best iron chelates will be iron EDDHA or EDDHMA, or there are also another product or another molecules which is iron HBED, which is also very stable in the soils, in alkaline soil. So to prevent and to correct iron deficiencies, you have two ways, which is the first one and by far the most efficient is a soil injection of iron chelates, and you will see that it's tractor-mounted sprayers that has been adapted with two injection poutres. Two injection tools, because the iron are very sun sensitive, so you have to inject into the soil at layers of more than 10 centimeters, and your spray volume is around 600 to 900 liter per hectare. So this is one of the approach, which is by far the most efficient. And this method is widely spread in Champagne and also in Cognac, in Charente-Maritimes area in France. Of course, you can correct iron deficiency through foliar applications, through foliar spray, with 2 to 3 applications, but it will be much less efficient than a soil application. But you can prevent it, you can correct it on spot actions with 2 or 3 applications of iron foliar, Yara Vita iron foliars, for instance.